Hello and welcome to today's love lesson. Today's love lesson is how to not fall in love but to rise with love. Now, how does one do that? Well, recently I had a client that asked me, how do they fall in love but not get hurt? Great question. The short answer, you can't. But reality is, love doesn't hurt. It's the expectations of another person, expectations of what love should bring, that's what hurts. So when you fall in love, it's the most amazing feeling in the world. You feel light, you feel effortless, like food tastes good, trees are greener, music sounds better, everything's just better with love. So when the reality sets in that that other human is human, you're a person, that they have flaws, will make mistakes, the reality sets in and we sort of fall out of love, as we say. That's when we get hurt. And there are a couple of things you can do. One, you can break up because reality has set in, expectations have not been met, and you would like to move on. The other is to move past that and go to that next level of love. And I can get to that in another day. But today I would like to help you with a few different steps that you can take to help you rise with love, which is the purest form of love. That's where you'll still love this other person no matter who they are or what they do. You'll still love and care for them and stay by them. And hopefully not get as hurt. The first step is drop expectations. Have standards, but drop expectations. Expectations ruin things, as we have mentioned before. So if you have standards, then you have a certain way that you do want, but it's not a level of expectations that most of us can't meet. None of us are perfect. Everyone has their thing. So drop the expectations. Have standards. The second is drop judgments. Again, we're all human, and it comes down to, yes, you will judge because that's human nature, but then take a step back. Practice taking a pause. Practice taking a moment and see if you can see their viewpoint, where they're coming from, who they are really, and accept them and love them for that. And the third is push through the fear to the love. And what does that mean? Well, we all have fears. We all have worries. We all have things that keep us from maybe doing something because we don't think we're good enough, or we don't think we're worthy, or maybe we're afraid of getting hurt. Ultimately, fear is something where we fear dying, essentially, right? For lack of a better way. Where love makes us feel alive. Love makes us feel like we have purpose. So if you push through the fear, that discern, is this going to hurt me or help me? And if you think it'll help you, then you push through and you face your fear and you will find love at the end. Love is always there, especially if you can drop judgment, drop expectations, and push through the fear. So there's no guarantee you won't get hurt. It happens. We all get our hearts broken. It's part of life, it's a part of growth, and it's how we move forward and how we are our best selves. So I hope this helps. If it did help, please let me know. If it didn't, again, please let me know. And if you found you connected with this message, please share it. There could be someone else that needs to hear it as well. And thank you for liking, subscribing. And of course, if you would like more love sent to you, I have a newsletter. I'll put the link below. And if you would like to just cut right to the chase, you can visit my website at www.dorothydstover.com. So until then, peace, love, and hugs. Bye-bye. Hello, and welcome to Love Lessons. Today I would like to pose a question, and the question is, what if we treated others as though they were dying? This is a heavy question, I know. But I noticed that when people are dying, we treat them better. We treat them with kindness, we forgive them faster, we're patient with them, we're more loving. And these are even to strangers. We know they are going to die. We are nicer to them. So what if we treated every person as though they were going to die? Kind of strange, kind of weird, I know. But at the same time, think about that. Think about what the world would look like if instead we thought we would see them again, if we thought we'd never see them again, if we thought this was the moment we had, and this was their last moment that they had. We would maybe treat them with kindness, patience, be more loving, be gentle. And I think if we were to do that, we'd have a lot less wars, a lot less violence. And people would feel maybe more taken care of. People would feel more heard. And we all make mistakes, right? We're all human, so it's having that ability, having that forgiveness really does heal. So it's something I've been thinking about because I personally, every person that I love, I want to make sure that they know I love them. So I don't hold back the loves, I don't hold back the hugs, and I want to make sure that if I were to leave this world, or they were to leave this world, that we both know that I do care and I do love them. So that's important for me. I want to make sure I have that relationship. So maybe I hug a little bit longer, and I think I'm okay with that. So it's a question, what if you treated others as though they were dying? Would that change anything? Would that change how you treat your children? Would that change how you treat your significant other? If you thought, okay, this could be my last interaction, it should be a loving one. And if you were to change, what would happen? Would your relationship get better? Oftentimes, it does. When we start to treat people a certain way, you'll notice, even if they're not treating you a certain way, eventually they do begin to start treating you with more forgiveness and patience and love and kindness because you've shown it to them over and over and over again. So it's a thought. Today's also my brother's, or would be my brother's 40th birthday. So it's something I do think about every year. My brother's in heaven. I never met him. He died when he was a few days old. And it's something I do think about. My parents were very much, there's a third child, their third boy, and they were going to stop having children. And they decided when he passed away that they really did love children. And something that's always stuck with me was that my parents said, you never get over losing a child. You just learn to live with it. And I think this has a lot to do with loss. Essentially, with love, when we love somebody, we don't necessarily get over it. We just learn to live with it. So it's something that sticks with me, and it's a thought that I give to you. And it's something I hope that you can appreciate those in your life. Hope you can show them love and forgiveness, and appreciate those that you don't know, that are strangers. Maybe smile at them on the street, maybe buy them a cup of coffee. Just extending the love and kindness, and extending forgiveness, because we all have bad days. So it's a thought, and for today's love lesson, it's more of a question, and I give it to you and see what you think. So I'd love to hear from you, love to hear your thoughts, if you agree, if you disagree, and if you would like to have more love sent to you, subscribe. I'll leave the link below. And if you want to cut right to the chase, you can go right over to my website, www.dorothyDstover.com. Thank you for liking, for sharing, and for subscribing. Peace, love, and hugs. Hello, and welcome to today's love lesson. Today's love lesson is actually a question. Last week I posed the question of what if we treated others as though they were dying? And this week I want to take and pose a question of what if we lived like we were alive? Simple enough, we're alive, we're already living, so why is that even a question? We're already doing it. But are we? I don't know about you, but sometimes I get into my routine, the things that I do, and my everyday. And before I know it, I'm halfway through a month. And then before I know it, I'm halfway through a year. And then the year's done. And then I start all over again. I often work with people who want to be with somebody who gets off the sofa, lives life to the fullest. Maybe they're at a certain point in their lives where they want to live life. They want to feel alive. They want to feel like they have purpose, but also that they are having experiences that are fulfilling. And I think everyone wants this, and I think everyone wants that in somebody else as well. So the question, what if we lived as though we were alive? The thought process for that is, what if we got out of our comfort zone? What if every day we made small choices that made us feel like we were alive, that made us feel like we were part of a purpose, that made us feel connected to others? So I definitely am someone who, I've always said, I will try anything twice, besides drugs. I won't try drugs twice, but everyone has their thing. So I've always been, I'll try something twice. Once usually is very awkward and strange and maybe not the best experience. And then that second time, that can be where you find that gold, that magic, that excitement, the thing that really gets you going. So sometimes it takes a few tries and then you realize it's your thing, or you realize you never want to do it again. But even still, I'll still try something a few years later. Just like taste buds change every 7 years, you grow, you'll change. So it's great to just keep an open mind in life in general. So here are a few steps to take that you could possibly live life to the fullest or feel as though you are alive. One is keep an open mind. And that means dropping the judgment, or just dropping the I don't want to do that, or I don't think I could do that. Just dropping it. Keep the open mind. Don't make a decision. Just keep things open. The second would be to allow yourself to do things that you want to do. Do things that make you feel alive. And I find when we come from our heart, this happens so easily and effortlessly. I highly suggest it. How do you know you're coming from your heart? Well, one tip is to take two things, and if something where you can even just use food, where if you were like, oh, ice cream versus a salad, maybe that ice cream is going to light you up, where you just feel so happy and you feel so good, and the salad you just maybe don't feel all too excited about. Now the difference is knowing what makes you feel good and what makes you feel healthy and feel like your best self. That's the key. Where do you feel like your best self? And follow those items. That's going to lead you to your heart and what your heart needs and what your soul needs. So I highly suggest doing that. And the third item is experience something new every day. And that could be anything. And that could be small, it could be big, it could be planning something, but you experience something new every day. So there you have it. I'm posing a question. I would love to hear from you. What do you think? What if we lived every day as though we were alive? I hope to hear from you. And in the meantime, thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And if you would like to receive more love before the next video, let me know. And you can sign up for the newsletter. I'll leave the link below. Or you can just cut to the chase. Head on over to my website, www.dorothydstover.com. Until then, peace, love, and hugs. Bye-bye. Hello, and welcome to Love Lessons. Today's love lesson is how to have better relationships by taking care of yourself. So how does that happen? I often have clients who are like, okay, how can I have a better relationship? Or what can I do to improve my relationship? And it really does come down to yourself. It comes down to taking care of yourself, whatever that looks like. Essentially, it is put your own mask on, your own air mask, like they announce on the airlines, before you assist somebody else. So we want to make sure we are taking care of ourselves so that our resources are available emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever those resources may be. We want to make sure we are there, we're present. We can only be present if we take care of ourselves, if we are at our optimum level of happiness, taking all that good stuff. So how does one take care of themselves? How does one put themselves first? Essentially, you're being selfish, right? That's what it feels like, and that's okay. You don't necessarily want to just always think of yourself, but you do want to be selfish on some level. You do want to take the time and make yourself a priority, whatever that looks like. It could be taking baths. It could be that you need to go to the gym first thing in the morning or at night, something, whatever that looks like. But you're taking care of yourself and you feel good. If you're following your heart with what feels good and what feels healthy for you, everything falls in line. Your relationships fall in line. There's just a better feel for that. And then people around you want to be like you as well. So definitely take care of yourself. The number one thing you can do for your relationships to make them better is take care of yourself. Make sure that you feel good. Make sure you're doing what it takes to feel good. And it's okay to be selfish. You have my permission. I've seen it time and time again that if you're selfish, taking care of you, that you end up having better relationships overall and just a better life. So thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. If you know of someone that may connect with this message, please share with them. And if you'd like more love sent to you, I'll leave the link below to join my newsletter, the Love Letter. And if you would like to cut to the chase, you can head on over to my website, www.dorothydstover.com. Until next time, peace, love, and hugs. Bye. Hello and welcome to today's love lesson. Today's love lesson is called Love is a Choice. And I have my little man here, Jack, who's going to help me with the making of the choice of love, because he just gives me love all the time. And he reminds me of what it means to love and what it means to make that choice for love. So he's very devoted to me, very devoted to him. And so I thought, what better way to have the love choice than to have my little man. So love is a choice. It's very simple today. And my great-grandfather Murphy used to say, love's a choice. Every day you wake up and you choose to love. So it's not an easy choice, but it is a decision. It is a decision to decide I'm going to have my life or a situation, or I'm going to love my job, or I'm going to love the person I'm with, or I'm going to love myself. And it is a choice. It's a choice that you can make to love, to choose love, or to choose disdain, dislike, hate. It is a choice. So know it's yours to make. So what are some things that you can do that'll help you make that choice? And a big part is taking a pause. Taking a pause and observing the situation. So especially if it's a job or a situation or a person that maybe you're not thrilled about and you want to choose love, take that pause, take a step back, and then decide. So, and see it from their perspective. See it from a different perspective. Sometimes just changing your perspective is a great way to see that and to fall in love with something, or just to love it, or perhaps change from disdain or dislike to like. which is always good. Huh, Jack? Jack often changes his perspective. He often goes to a higher perspective and then pounces. So it's just a part of his life. Yeah? Jack, what are some other ways to choose love? What are some ways that you choose love? Oh, little man. Yeah? Snuggles. Huge snuggler. He's like all about the snuggles. Treats. Treating yourself right. He's all about that. That's how he chooses love. Treats. So, some ways to choose love. You love this. You love it. And now he's just going to go to sleep. Because he's massaged into submission. Huh, little man. His hair everywhere. Yes. Who knew? Who knew? So much hair. I don't know if you can see this. There is a lot of hair everywhere. Pop, 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 pop. And now he's asleep. He's fallen asleep. Oh, maybe he's a little bit. So today's love lesson is very simple. It's very easy in concept, because love is a choice. You wake up and choose to love. And it is a moment-by-moment basis, right? The moment-by-moment of love and making that choice. And that's okay. Know that you don't necessarily, or you won't necessarily choose love every time, but it is a choice. And throughout your whole day, you are constantly being given opportunities to choose love. So know that throughout your day, you will have opportunities to choose love. What a great way to be. What a great way to embrace love and to strengthen love. Every single time you choose love, you strengthen love within yourself, within the world. So thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, for sharing. And if you think there's someone out there that would love this, share the love with them. And if you'd love more love sent to your email box, join the love letter, which I send out every Tuesday. And I'll leave a link below so you can go to my website and sign up there. And yes, until then, peace, love, and hugs. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to today's love lesson. Today's love lesson is the number one thing that is sexy and attractive. Ooh, what is that? What's sexy and attractive? Well, it actually has nothing to do with what you look like. It has nothing to do with how much, the necklace or your hair or your makeup or what you're wearing. It has nothing to do with that. The one thing that is sexy and attractive is confidence. So, and that's when working with clients, my matchmaking clients, as well as my clients that are in relationships, what they're looking for is confidence. And if you dig deeper into why confidence and what does that look like, confidence is someone who's comfortable in their own skin. So it doesn't mean that they're loud and boisterous and, oh, they could be, but they're comfortable in who they are and they're comfortable in their own skin. And that's so sexy. It's so sexy to see somebody and to be involved with someone who feels good about themselves, who doesn't necessarily have to put other people down, because that shows, if you're putting someone down, oftentimes that shows insecurity. And if you're insecure, more than likely you're not very confident. You could fake it till you make it. Totally do it. Whatever. I'm all for whatever works. So, but someone who's insecure about themselves typically will put others down, typically will judge, and everyone judges, right, on some level, but it's someone who kind of stays there, stays in that judgment. And oftentimes that judgment comes because they see the world in that reflection that maybe they're just not good enough. And that's another part, right? That someone who's confident knows that they're good enough, knows that they're worthy. So, and they don't need to prove anything. They don't need to prove that they're a good person or prove that they're intelligent or prove that they are beautiful. They just are. It just is. So, oftentimes I do see that where someone overcompensates. So you don't need to overcompensate. That actually shows that you don't have confidence and it's not a sexy quality. So the number one way to be attractive to somebody else is to be comfortable in your own skin, have that confidence, to know who you are, feel good about yourself, drop the judgments, drop the expectations of who you should be, and then also have that level where you don't have to prove anything to anybody else, because you don't. So thank you for watching, thank you for sharing, thank you for liking, and if this has helped you in some way and you think maybe it would help somebody else, thank you for sharing the love with them. And if you would like to join my newsletter, the Love Letter, it's a weekly letter I put out every Tuesday. I'll leave a link below. You can go to my website and sign up. And you can also just cut to the chase and click right on the website. And I'll see you over there. Until then, peace, love, and hugs. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to today's love lesson. Today's love lesson is 3 ways that you can help you fall in love no matter what someone looks like. Oftentimes, when talking with people about relationships and what they're looking for, I often hear that they're looking for someone who is attractive or that they find attractive. And the reality is, these are all what you're attracted to. There are many different layers to this, which is exciting because that means that being attracted to someone doesn't necessarily mean being attracted to their looks. It can be being attracted to their personality. It could be being attracted to their soul, being attracted to what they do for a living, being attracted to their passions. So there's lots of layers that go into, and even more than that, there are lots of layers that go into attraction. So the things that are surface, those surface layers, are the physical. So what someone wears, how someone dresses, what they look like, their physical appearance, and the money they make, what they do, those are all surface attraction. What we want to get down to is the long-lasting attraction. And the long-lasting attraction is the soul, is the heart. And so there's 3 ways that I'll tell you, and they're pretty simple when you get down to it, that'll help you find love and help you connect with someone and actually help you to be attracted to anybody and actually almost everyone. So 3 ways, beyond the surface, beyond the physical appearance, beyond what someone makes, what someone does for a living, to be attracted to their heart and soul. The first step is to be in love with yourself. Weird, strange, I know, but it's that self-love, which the self-love is kind of, I think for a lot of people, that word is a little too much now. There's this sort of like earthy, crunchy, or this meaning that I think just goes down to appreciating yourself. So you're not always necessarily going to like yourself, and that's okay. That's actually good that you don't necessarily like yourself all the time, because that means you need to grow and you need to improve, and there's something that, you can't just stay the person that you were. You need to evolve, and we're always evolving, hopefully. So the first step is to fall in love with yourself, is to love and appreciate yourself. Appreciate the outer appearance, enjoy it for whatever state it is in, enjoy that, because you won't be in that state for very long. You won't be there for very long. And to enjoy every step of that adventure. And so a part of loving yourself is to treat yourself well, to surround yourself with things you love and people you love and situations you love. So that's step 1. You'll love yourself. And this opens the gateway to being able to love somebody else. If you love yourself and you know how to love yourself, this opens up so that you can help somebody else learned how to love you. So we teach others how we want to be treated. Let me repeat that. So we teach others how we want to be treated. And so the second step is to forgive. This is a huge thing. If you can forgive yourself, forgive other people, and forgive situations, your heart opens up in amazing ways. And that is to forgive the people that you get into fights with that you don't even know, like online. Look at all these fights that happen with people. It's a heated world we live in right now. So you forgive and you send love to them. And you don't forgive for them. You're not forgiving someone. You're like, oh, I just, going to forgive them for them. No, you're forgiving for yourself because you're carrying that around. The longer you carry something like that, the less time you have in that love world, in the good life. So definitely the second step is to forgive. So forgive yourself, forgive other people, forgive situations, send it love, and move on. That's the second step. The third step is to seek and see the good in every single person. Yowzas. That's challenging, I know, but so worth it, because once you start getting into that seeking and searching for the good in people, you find it. Not only do you find it, and it's grand and it's wonderful, but you'll find that you start falling in love with people because you start seeing who they are. And you start seeing, their soul. And yes, maybe you don't have the same beliefs. Maybe on the outer appearance that you have no interest in, but you start falling in love with the person. And that's where the attraction begins. And that's the long-lasting attraction, is the love of that person, is seeing the good in everyone and seeking it out. Because it's not always apparent. It's not always right there on the surface that someone's a good person. It's not, especially in today's age, where so many people, we have so many different beliefs, that it can get a little crazy in the world, and a little where you make assumptions of who someone is based on their beliefs in reference to your own beliefs. So move past that judgment. Seek and see the good in all. So the three things: first, love yourself. Next, forgive yourself, forgive other people, forgive situations, send love to all of that. Thirdly, and last but not least, is to seek and see the good in everyone. It's there. So sometimes it's harder to see than other people, but it's there. So seek it and search it. Say that 10 times fast. But it's there. So I appreciate you, and thank you for watching, for liking, for sharing, especially if this had an effect on you or you feel like might help somebody else. Appreciate the share. And if you would like to have more love sent to you and more love in your email box, I'll leave a link below so you'll be able to sign up for my love letter, and it comes out every week. And it also has different updates and things that I'm offering only to the people that are part of my love letter. And I have a few things that are coming up pretty soon that I'm very excited for, and I will definitely be keeping you in the loop. And for those that are part of the love letter, I will be having a special something for them as well. So thank you again, and peace, love, and hugs. Bye-bye.